What's up, guys? It's your boy Yato, and today I'm here to talk about something very important. As you may know, if you follow the news, Gege Akutami has done it again. Today's topic is chapter 202, 212, Dos Uno Dos of Jujutsu Kaisen by Gege Akutami in Weekly Shonen Jump. Now, by the time you hear this, you probably have already read the chapter and talked about it with all your homies, so today I won't do my review like I usually do if you've seen any of my previous chapter reviews for other manga. Today with this video, I'm not going to go crazy with edits, although I'd say my editing is okay at best anyway, but that's besides the point. Today, just treat this vid as if it were a solo podcast hosted by yours truly, and I'm here to have a dialogue with you about the events that unfolded this past week in JJK. So consider this background noise, but also give it a listen. Before I get started, please hit the subscribe button and slap that like button while you're at it, because that shows YouTube that you like my channel and it'll push my channel to more people and help me get bigger. You know how it goes. But anyway, on to the chapter. So the chapter opens up and it's a little bit in the past, maybe a few days or so, around the time Tsumiki first woke up, and it looks like Megami was there to greet her. This is interesting because until now, I think everyone just assumed that Megami hadn't actually seen his sister. And before last week, when we saw Maki just go scoop her up, I was really expecting us to get a chapter sometime that ended with Tsumiki either like hiding out from players, or, you know, maybe we would catch her in the act of murdering somebody with a new curse technique that she wakes up with. So it looks like neither of those is the case, and it makes sense really. She was in a hospital, so somebody was probably already nearby checking on her when the game started, and this was likely the first thing that Megami did when he found out she woke up. Brother and sister exchange words, and Megami tells her that she's been asleep for, almost 2 years, which explains why she can't walk. Tsumiki has heard about the culling games and gojo being sealed though, which I'm guessing is something Ijichi told her, or maybe Maki, since Maki went to go grab her, but yeah. Megami tells her everything's gonna be fine, it's all good, his comrades got it under control, and that she should get some rest. Back in the present time though, which is currently November 16th around 3 p.m. or so, like 15 hours after Kenjaku beat up Yuki, unfortunately. Yuji looks at Megami and his sister and he's thinking about how everything is working out and going according to plan. Megami's with his family, Gojo will be free soon, and Angel will erase him and Sukuna at the same time. Happy thoughts. But these same happy thoughts are interrupted when Tsumiki suddenly tells the Kogane to add a rule allowing free entry and exit to sorcerers from the colonies, and that rule is accepted immediately, no problem. This is the same rule that they've been trying to add for, a few minutes before Tsumiki got here, and Kogane kind of told them to F off, but Tsumiki gets here and it's like, yup, rule approved. Megami's like, who the hell are you? Because it's mad shady for her sister to do this, and she lets off that evil bastard laugh, the same one that Sukuna and Mahito did when they were laughing at Yuji way back when Junpei was getting screwed up. She's like, I'm your big sister, of course, and then we get reminded of how incarnated players can read the minds of their hosts to get an understanding of the world after being resurrected. Megami's panicking now because he always assumed that Tsumiki was the type of player that was like Junpei, who simply had their brains rewired to allow them to use cursed techniques, but he couldn't be more wrong, man. He couldn't be more wrong. There's another soul inside his sister's body, named Yorozu, who's also from 1,000 years ago. Megami's on the verge of a meltdown. He asks, why? After all this time, why? Why would you do this? And it's really his own fault. He told Yorozu the plan to gather up a bunch of points and give it to him with the intent to free them, but they got played. For suckers. Free points. They say it's been 1,000 years since they fought someone and they want to fight Sukuna, which is surprising because now this makes a party. Three's a party, right? There's 3 ancient sorcerers now who want to fight Sukuna, with the other 2 being Kashimo and Angel, who wants to delete his entire existence. Yorozu removes their parachute, revealing torn insect-like wings that they then use to fly off, saying that they will choose their own location for the fight and also that they'll be waiting. Now, so far, everything's been pretty crazy, but this is where shit really hits the damn fan. Yuji and Angel book it, planning to chase Yorozu when it finally happens. It finally fucking happens. Enchain. Bros, when I tell you I was shook seeing this panel, oh my god. I just want to add that I did manage to completely avoid spoilers for this chapter, but I did read the fan scan on Thursday, but holy shit, I was not ready. We have been waiting for this moment since like chapter 11 when Sukuna and Yuji made their binding vow, and it is finally paying off. No lie. From this point on, my jaw was wide open until I finished reading the chapter, and by the end, my lips were starting to get a little chapped. I was stuck, y'all. My lips were dry. I couldn't breathe. Please tell me in the comments, did you get spoiled or did you make it safely to read on your own time, or were you destroyed by this reveal like I was? Just let me know down below. Anyway, back to it. Sukuna is here, damn it. He starts by grabbing Angel, who has no idea what's going on, and he puts her to sleep, since part of the binding vow is that he can't harm anyone during the minute of playground time he has, and he has his eyes set on Megami. Megami is shocked to see Sukuna, obviously, and Sukuna says what happens next is a gamble. We see him pooling cursed energy into his pinky finger and then ripping that thing off. Let me remind you, my mouth is still dropped because Gege is kicking my ass right now. Megami asks, what is he doing? Why is he here? And I ask, what is he doing? Why is he here? Sukuna is delighted. His gamble paid off, calling Yuji a dumbass. He's laughing like a maniac. The vow, Yuji didn't include himself in the vow. So Sukuna can hurt Yuji, and ripping off his finger doesn't count as hurting someone. Yuji, being the type of person to sacrifice himself, would have never thought to include himself in this vow, and why would he? Sukuna knew what he was doing. He got over on this kid. As usual, Megami responds by jumping to the nuclear option, grabbing for his sleeve and chanting the words for the ritual to summon Maharaga, but Sukuna is like the JJK universe's Barry Allen, apparently. He's already behind you, fool. Sukuna grabs Megami's arm, interrupting his ritual and yanking him up like he's about to take Megami's lunch money, but no, he's not here to take anything yet. Sukuna comes bearing gifts and shoves his own finger down Megami's throat, and we get this incredible panel of Megami's face and eyes bulging after he swallows the finger. Sukuna asks, remember when I said we'd see something interesting, boy? Holy shit, man. This guy, Sukuna, done swapped bodies with Megami, and now Yuji appears to be left high and dry and doesn't even have the slits under his eyes anymore. Let me remind you, my mouth is still dry from being open. I have not been this excited since the JJK chapter since that time when Toji appeared in that Dagon fight, because this is so damn hard. This is right up there with it, man, at the tippy top. I have not ever felt this way before, and I just sat there for like 3 or 4 minutes just looking at these last like 3 pages. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my eyes, and so that's the chapter. But now I'm at the end here, and I got some comments, some theories, and all that jazz if you want to stick around for that. So there's a few callbacks in this chapter to the chapters where Yuji and Sukuna made their vow, obviously. For the longest time, I wondered what he would do with that minute, of time in Yuji's body, and I guess personally I thought it would have had to do with something like maybe eating the remaining 5 fingers all at once whenever Yuji came close to them, allowing Sukuna to overpower Yuji's will, but I don't know. The stuff with Yorozu's wings reminded me of Angel, who also has wings, who wants to kill Sukuna, who is known as the Fallen, which kinda tells me that at some point all of these guys were maybe allies or part of the same faction, and maybe Sukuna betrayed them and lost his wings, and because of his overwhelming aggression, as Ryu put it, he was able to grow 2 more arms in their place as he became the King of Curses. This probably isn't the case, but, just some headcanon that'll probably never see the light, but Yorozu has wings, and that took me there. What do you guys think is going to happen with Yuji now? I don't think Sukuna is going to kill him, or at least he intends to leave Yuji for last, because we know Sukuna likes to enjoy making the kids suffer. There's been speculation that maybe some of his cursed energy was left inside Yuji, and that the residual cursed energy will result in Yuji finally being able to utilize Sukuna's cursed techniques in some fashion. I personally always imagined Yuji would be fighting someone one day and accidentally cleave them with one of his fists, and I really can't wait to see how all this works. And did he concentrate all 15 fingers worth of cursed energy into that one finger, or is some of it still left in Yuji? And if so, does that mean he could potentially swap back and forth? If he can swap back and forth, that could be something he does as a real dirty last resort versus Gojo, where they're fighting and it looks like Gojo is about to beat Sukuna, who's in Megami's body, before he swaps back to Yuji, who has more fingers, and accidentally kills Megami now because Sukuna's not in Megami's body. Also, it's kind of crazy when Gojo gets out after saying his kids got it covered and literally everything is destroyed. There's disasters happening everywhere. His friends are dead. His adopted son is the king of curses, and he's been chilling at a 5-star skeleton resort for like 3 weeks now. Also, I still feel like Nobara's alive, and if she is, maybe she isn't, but if she is, I wonder how her curse technique will work and if it will work the same way it did with Mahito, assuming some of Sukuna's cursed energy is still left inside of Yuji. Could she hit Yuji with her straw doll technique and damage Sukuna and Megami's body? Also, I can't believe I forgot to mention the little hints Gege dropped earlier in the series, like that chapter 1 first cover page that we get. We see a frog on Megami's lap and it's got Sukuna's tattoos on his head. Then there's another color page later on in the series where Megami's wearing this red and black scarf with Sukuna's arm tattoo designs. A lot of characters are playing a long game, and I bet Sukuna knows about the long history between the Zenin and the Gojo clans and plans to probably whip out Maharaga versus Gojo, possibly letting it loose and then, if he can, swapping back to Yuji's body since it would be free from that ritual. For real, the possibilities are truly endless, but I'm just rambling now. If you made it this far, thank you. Please sub. I probably won't do many reviews like this in this style, but if it pops off, hey, let me know, so don't let this flop if you want to see more reviews like this. hit that sub button and the notification bell so you can see my next videos. Oh, and one last thing before I get out of here. I know people are always saying things like, I have an uncle that works at Nintendo, or stuff like Lil Wayne is my cousin and stuff like that, but I figured I'd finally come out and tell you guys. Gege is actually my uncle, and he told me that at the end of Jujutsu Kaisen, there will only be one survivor, and it's this guy, the waiter from chapter 12. Have a good one, guys. See you next time.